Are you coming off the cloud yet?
Mm-hmm.
What do you see down there?
Well, actually, I don't know. It's
This-
a memory. It's a childhood memory.
Go ahead and describe the memory that you see.
I'm at the beach, and I'm in an inner tube,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't see over the inner tube, and I can see in between the water and the inner tube,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just kind of floating and holding onto the inner tube. I'm just kind of floating on the water, just kind of drifting and looking between the space between the water and the tube,
Okay.
kind of keeping an eye on where my mom is.
And as you look around, is there anybody else around you?
I see my sister playing on the beach.
On the beach? Is there anybody else in the water with you?
No.
Okay.
Well, there's other people, but they're not near me. Like I could hear them, but I don't see them.
Okay. And what does the water feel like?
It's warm, and I can hear it like kind of just hitting against the inside of the inner tube.
Mm-hmm. And what are you wearing?
It looks like a red and white polka dot
Mm-hmm.
little bikini bathing suit that's really cute for like a little girl.
Okay. And how old do you feel that you are?
Oh, must be like around 3 or 4.
3 or 4? Okay. And do you feel healthy?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're carrying around this inner tube. Is there anything else that you're carrying with you?
No.
Are you wearing anything on your hands?
No.
Is there anything on your head?
No.
Okay. Let's swim over to where your family is. Okay. Tell me what you see as you swim over to where your family is.
I just see my mom on the towel. She's suntanning with those weird eye goggles on.
Mm-hmm. And what about the rest of your family?
Just my mom and my sister. My sister's playing over a little ways with some kids making a sandcastle.
Okay. And as you go over to your mom, describe what happens.
And she's just laying there with the weird sun goggles on. And I'm like standing there kind of looking at her, but she's not really moving.
Okay. What are you doing?
If you want to ask her for a sandwich.
Go ahead and ask her for a sandwich.
Mom, can I have a peanut butter jelly sandwich?
And what did she say?
She says not yet.
Okay. And then what happens?
She says go back and play.
Do you want you guys to play get more hungry?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not time yet.
Okay. And what is your sister doing?
That's weird. It looks like she's just wearing her underpants, which was nothing like her.
Okay, she's wearing her underpants?
She's wearing underpants and just playing, like trying to make a big sand castle with water.
Okay. Why don't you go towards your sister?
Okay.
What are you doing as you move towards your sister?
I'm just watching the sand between my toes. It's really hot.
Okay. And as you go to your sister, are you helping her make the sandcastle, or what are you doing?
No, ask her if I can play with her.
Okay. And what did she say?
She's so little and she's in bed with other kids.
Okay. So then what happens?
And I go and I'm looking for my inner tube.
Okay. Where's your inner tube?
It's like floating away.
So is it floating far away from you?
No, it's far enough for me to catch it.
Okay. So let's go towards your inner tube. And as you go towards your inner tube, what happens?
I feel much better.
Okay. So you're back in the water swimming?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move forward past this day on the beach. And as your mom and your sister move towards your home, what do you see as you head home? You've already had a nice afternoon at the beach.
Oh my gosh, I can see our old house when I was so little.
Okay, describe your old house.
It's just a small house with a garage and a walkway up to the door. and it's blue.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a big window as you walk up the sidewalk between the door and the garage. And it's 2 steps of a porch to get into the door. And it looks happy. And there's a dog that I never met there that my sister had named Brutus. I don't know why I know.
And tell me about Brutus.
Well, Brutus is a Saint Bernard, and he was really special, from what I've heard. But I don't really know him, because he died where I was born.
And are you playing with him right now?
He's rushing out to greet us.
Okay. And so as he rushes up to greet you, what happens?
He's slobbery.
Okay. So he's slobbering on somebody?
He is slobbery, but I still want to pet him. So I just kind of pet the top of his head and then kind of rub the slobber off the side of his muzzle.
Okay. So as you're playing with Brutus, describe what it's like to play with Brutus.
It feels safe. I'm not at all scared of him. It feels very loving and like a very strong protection.
Mm-hmm.
I feel safe with him.
Okay. So after you're done playing with Brutus, as he welcomes you all back home, let's go inside your home. Describe what you see inside your home.
It's so weird. It's like a memory, but I feel like there's a party going on and I just hear the sound of a ball.
Okay. And describe that.
I'm laying down by the door in my room, and I'm listening to people talk and I feel like my mom and dad are fighting, and I hear the bubbles of a ball.
Is there a party going on,
I think there's a party
at the house?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a party at the house, and do you hear a lot of people?
Yeah, they're just kind of talking, and my parents are kind of fighting.
What are your parents fighting?
They're saying that they're kind of making it funny, like they're laughing, but they're arguing. It makes me sad.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of embarrassed.
And what does all the other people think is going on?
I feel like they're kind of going along with it, like it's supposed to be funny.
Okay. But you don't know what they're all talking about?
No, I can only hear the ball.
Okay. And so you are in your room?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anybody else in your room?
No, it's only mine.
It's in yours? Well, let's go towards the kitchen and see if there's something that you can get to eat.
Okay.
So go ahead and walk towards the kitchen, and what do you see as you walk towards it?
The floor is like vinyl that looks like bricks.
Okay.
And I want an apple.
Okay, so go into the kitchen, and what do you see in the kitchen?
I see our kitchen table.
Okay. Are you getting something to eat?
Yeah, there's an apple there.
Okay, so go
Like
ahead.
Peanut butter.
Okay, so go ahead and eat your snack.
Okay.
And as you look around, describe the party that you see. Is it still a party?
Yeah, I just see there's a couple people that I don't recognize, but then there's people that I remember. Steve and Sayako. Steve was my dad's friend, and his wife was Sayako. She didn't speak much English, but she and my mom got along really well just by their energy.
Okay. And so your parents are having a good time with the guests?
Yeah, my mom and Sayako are on the couch, and I see my dad and see they're standing, but I don't quite see where they are.
Okay. But is there other people around as well?
No, I don't see the other people, but it sounded like there were other people.
Sounded like there were other people? So maybe the party has subsided a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. And where are your siblings? Are they all in their room?
Just Denise, my older sister, right now, is
Okay.
alive. And yeah, she must be asleep in her room because I don't see her.
Okay. So let's leave that scene and move forward to an important day. A day that you consider to be important when something is happening. Now we have moved forward to that important day. What is happening? What do you see?
I don't know why this is important.
Go ahead and describe it.
My husband, he just didn't want to be at home and it was a nice day, so he rented out a room at the Four Seasons in Seattle so we could go swimming there. and get room service, or not service, but poolside service. And I'm sitting there on the chair, and I'm covered up because I don't want anybody to see me or my body, and I've got glasses on, and I'm feeling really uncomfortable because I'm ugly, but I'm waiting for service, and I'm embarrassed because it's really, really expensive.
Okay, and where are you sitting at?
I am sitting in a really nice chair that was set up for me. Really nice towels alongside the little pool they have at the Four Seasons. With my son's there and my husband's there.
Okay, and what is your son doing?
He is looking through the menu and talking about what he wants.
Okay, so he's at the pool with you?
Yeah.
And where is your husband?
He's asleep in the chair next to my son with his headphones on.
Okay, and he's at the pool as well?
Yes.
Okay. And as the waiter comes through, what do you guys order? Do you order something to eat?
Yes.
Okay.
We ordered drinks and like crab, like a crab salad.
Okay. And then what happens at the pool? Do you stay there the whole time, or what happens?
Oh, my husband gets up to leave because he has like work and he's going to the room because he wants to make phone calls. And so my son and I are just there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're playing with your son at the pool?
Yeah, and he really doesn't want to be there.
Your son doesn't want to be there?
No, he wants to be home with his friends.
Okay. And why are you at the hotel instead of at home?
Because my husband was always doing that. We were always staying at a hotel, like, because it was fancy.
Okay.
And my son never wanted to go, but I wanted to try and be like family, like a family. So I would make him go with us.
Okay. I want you to leave that scene.
Yeah, it's not important.
Let's move forward to another important day that you consider to be important when something is happening. And trust that what you're seeing is important for you to see because there is a lesson that's being shown to you. So we've moved forward to another important day in your life. What is happening? What do you see?
I'm not seeing anything.
Okay. Do you feel anything? Can you hear anything?
I don't hear anything, but I'm feeling kind of frustrated.
Okay. And what kind of emotions are you feeling?
Well, I'm just feeling kind of frustrated, like I don't know, like my shoulders hurt.
Your shoulders hurt? And what is your first impressions about your shoulders hurting?
I'm not comfortable. I don't want to be there, but I don't see anything.
Okay. And which shoulder hurts?
Like it's mostly like just around my neck, like both sides.
Both sides of the neck? Both sides. And tell me about, do you sense anything about your shoulder neck pain? Does it feel like a pressure?
Yeah, it's crushing.
It's crushing you?
Yes, it feels really tight, but I can breathe. But I feel like I'm being pressed down.
I'm feeling being pressed down. And what is the pressure that's pressing down? Can you describe that? What that pressure feels like?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like this weird tight pressure that I don't know why, but I'm frustrated and I'm embarrassed.
Why are you embarrassed?
I don't know. Like I can't do something, or I couldn't do something that I was supposed to do. I don't know.
Is this pressure that's pressing you down, it just feel like there's like solid that's pressing down on you?
I feel like it's coming from inside of me, though.
Okay, coming from inside of you. Do you feel anybody else around you? Do you feel any other presence?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Describe what
I feel like I'm being watched, though.
Then describe what it feels like to be watched.
I feel like somebody, like I feel like I don't know, like I'm being watched by lots of people and they're waiting for me to do something and I'm not getting it.
Okay. And lots of people are watching you,
yeah.
And does it feel, what does it feel like when they watch you? Do you feel scared? Do you feel comfort?
I feel mad, but I feel like I'm supposed to be ashamed, but I'm not.
Okay. And why do you feel like you're supposed to be ashamed?
Like I wasn't what I was supposed to be. Something that was supposed to happen from me didn't happen.
Okay. Okay. What I want you to do is,
This is really weird.
what do you sing?
I feel like I'm in something like those stocks where your heads and your hands are stuck in them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
Like a guillotine?
Yeah, like not like those things where you like I've seen them in a movie once. You had your hands in the holes and your head in the hole, and you're stuck, and there's people all around you like throwing things at you.
Oh, yeah, like a medieval guillotine.
Yeah, like a stockade, I think it's called, or something like that.
A medieval, kind of like a medieval torture device, like a public.
Yeah, like a public shaming thing. That's what I'm seeing.
Okay, and as you look at your hands.
Yeah.
Describe your hands.
They're dirty with broken nails. The nails are all broken and dirty.
Okay. And do you have anything on your hands?
Nope, there's nothing on my hands.
Okay. And do you have a body?
Yeah, I'm wearing a white bonnet and a brown scratchy dress.
Okay. And do you have anything on your feet?
No. But I feel like maybe my feet have like chains on them.
You have chains? Are they heavy?
Like I don't want to move my feet because it hurts if I move them with the metal.
The metal? So the metal has been kind of tearing into your feet?
Yeah.
Okay. And you have a white bonnet on?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're
I can't see anything because I have to look down.
You can't look up?
Because my head's stuck in this thing. My hands are stuck in this thing, and I can't move my feet because they got chains on them. Like there's a round manacle with the chain.
Okay.
But I could move them, but they hurt. It's heavy, and then they've been scratching.
Are you the only one up on this platform?
Yeah.
Are you on a platform?
I feel like I'm in the dirt.
In the dirt?
Yeah.
Okay, so this medieval torture device has you on the dirt. Your head, you can't lift your head up because you're looking down because it won't let you.
Like I'm trapped in the middle of two pieces of really heavy dark wood.
Do you feel, and the people looking at you, are they looking from a distance, or are they really up and close?
They're not close. There's like a circle around me that they can't get to me, but they're all watching. And it's a shameful thing, but it's like it's not a big deal to them because it's a regular thing that happens, I guess. And I'm not sorry. I'm angry.
Yeah, and you're angry at who?
I'm angry. I don't know who put me in there. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of it right now, but I just feel like I'm mad because I shouldn't be there. It's just not fair.
Okay. And is there, as you listen for all the people around you looking at you,
Let's say because I was a bad lady. I'm a bad lady because I don't know.
You're a bad lady. Where are you hearing that?
Just from being myself. I wouldn't do anything but be myself.
Okay. So who is saying you're a bad lady?
The little kid said it to his mom.
The little kid said his mom?
No,
and as you listen to the little kid, what does his mom say?
She shushed him, and she just says, "Come on, we're going to keep going. We're headed somewhere." She just grabbed his arm and just shushed him.
So,
like she didn't want any part of it.
She didn't want any part of watching you get tortured?
Yeah.
So who is, as you're listening to the audience?
It's mostly like men that are being cruel, not women. The women are just that they don't want any part of it.
So mostly men are watching the public torture?
It's not even like a torture. It's just like I'm just being displayed because I was bad. And it's such a normal thing, but they just sometimes they throw stuff, like dirt or things. There's nothing I can do.
So you're a public exhibition to shame you?
I think so.
And what do you hear the men say anything about what you did?
No, they're just kind of snickering and laughing. They're not really saying anything. I don't know why I'm there. I just feel like I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was just being myself.
Okay. Let's leave this scene and let's go backwards. And we're going to go backwards. And we're going to go backwards to before you got put in front of the public. What do you see?
There's an really old table
Okay.
And there's tea. I'm drinking tea.
Okay.
I'm serving tea.
And who are you serving tea to?
An old lady.
Okay. And as she drinks the tea, describe what happens.
Do you think that she's giving me advice?
And what is she saying?
She's telling me what kind of things, like what kind of herbs and things. I think, like she's saying.
Okay. And
Like what I should be picking. What kind of flowers I should be picking that will help for the tea.
Okay. And what does the tea do?
I'm supposed to be helping people or healing people with it.
The tea?
And she's helping me. She's teaching me, I think.
Okay. So is she a medicine lady?
Yeah. She's really old and I think she's helping me, telling me what things I need to pick to put in the tea. And she's drinking tea I made.
Okay. And so do you take her advice and go and pick the appropriate flowers to make the appropriate teas?
Yeah, I see myself doing that actually right now. I'm like in a big giant field and there's lots of little white flowers that I'm picking, like almost like that look like the honeysuckle you have.
Describe what you're doing as you're sourcing out tea leaves.
I'm acting like I'm just picking flowers and they don't mean anything to me. Because I don't know, like I don't think I'm supposed to be doing it.
Why are you not supposed to be doing it?
I don't know. Like it's a rule. Like you're not like I'm not supposed to be healing people. Like it's against the rules.
And where did the rules come from? Where do you hear from?
Like I think it's just that society that's just been accepted.
Accepted. And when you are getting these leaves for the old lady, is it healing her?
Yeah.
And what is she healing from?
Oh, she says she laughs about it. She says, it's old age malady. It says, I think, like she gets like her old bones. She's like it must be like what's it called? Like when you
arthritis?
Yes.
Okay, so the tea leaves that you make based on the certain flowers that she recommends helps with her arthritis.
Yeah.
And do you make these specific tea combinations for other people?
Yeah, like I have little bundles of herbs and things that I keep around the house.
Okay, so you make different bundles of tea concoctions to address different things?
Yeah, like headaches and colds.
Do you live with this old lady?
No, I don't think so. I think I live alone in this little, it's not even a house, it's like a little hut.
Okay. And so do you go and visit this old lady to learn from her?
She comes to visit me.
She comes to visit
She likes to walk.
She likes to walk. Okay. And who are some of the other people that you give these mixes to?
Okay, so this is weird.
Explain it.
So I live away from the town, but the town all lives together. But people have to come walk to see me, and they don't want to be seen, but they do. And it's supposed to be like kind of a secret. Like, and I'm happy living out there, and I don't want to live with the people. And like I literally see myself trading tea for eggs right now.
Okay, and who are you trading the tea for eggs?
It kind of looks like the lady with her son from before.
Okay.
But
what is the tea that you give her? What is that address?
What is
the address?
She doesn't want to have any more children.
Oh, does she have a lot of children?
I guess so.
Okay. How many children does she have? Do you know? Can you see?
No, I just see the one that she's bringing with her. And I see the little one that she's bringing with her, and that one she had to bring with her because he gets in trouble all the time, and he's not really right in the head.
Okay. So she is one of your clients, and so people secretly come to you for these different herbal concoctions to help them with their ailments that they're working with.
Yeah. And I'm ostracized in the town anyways.
Because you were
doing this, I guess.
Because you were making mixtures that are they afraid of you?
No, they're not afraid of me. They know that I can help them, but they're afraid of anyone seeing them come to me.
Why are they afraid of that?
Because I guess it's just like not accepted or something. Like it's, I don't understand. Like it's just a thing. Like it's in secret.
Okay.
Because they don't want to be seen with me.
What if they're afraid is going to happen to them if they are seen buying your herbal remedies?
I don't want to say this because it's embarrassing.
Go ahead.
They think I'm a witch.
They think you're a witch.
That's so silly. I'm so embarrassed by this.
Okay, so they think you're a witch because you create herbal...
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm nothing like that.
But they don't know that.
Yeah.
So they think that because you create these mixtures...
From the earth
that they're not familiar with, and then you're healing people, they think that it's witchcraft.
Yeah.
And so...
Oh.
And so... What happened? You've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
What happened to get you to be publicly humiliated and shamed at this town square? What happened?
I feel like somebody's husband came with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then he left, but then it came back with more people, and they dragged me there.
Why did the man come?
He knew that his wife was sneaking out to see me. And I don't know what I did for his wife. I can't think of it. It's not the same as that lady.
Okay. It's a different lady?
Yeah.
Is she okay?
Yeah.
So she's not sick?
No.
Did she get better from it? Look at that man who came to your house.
He told me to stop putting ideas in his wife's head.
Okay. And what kind of ideas did he accuse you?
I think she wants to make her own. She was making her. I gave her the recipe.
Okay, you gave her the recipe. So you come up with recipes that are unique to people's symptoms?
Yeah.
That help them adjust their arthritis or their...
Just little things that are bothersome.
So you're good at making recipes.
Yeah.
And people are afraid of the recipes because they work.
Well, the people that I help aren't afraid at all, but they're afraid that people will find out that they believe in it.
Mm-hmm. And so this husband...
he thinks I'm putting ideas in his wife's head.
And
I'm trying to turn his wife into a witch.
Okay. So he's afraid that because his wife is interested in making her own...
Yes, she had a little book with recipes in it.
And so he saw that and said that's witchcraft.
Mm-hmm.
And so he blames you.
Yeah.
So is he afraid that his wife is going to be publicly shamed because she might be branded a witch?
Yes, but he's a jerk anyways.
Okay. Yeah. Is that a characteristic of this town?
Yeah, like the men are not friendly, but the women are.
Why do you stay in this town?
Because I want to help the women.
You want to help the women?
But I'm not really in the town. I stay far away as much as I can.
Is there another town that you can live closer to? Or is it that really far away?
I think everything's far away.
Everything's far away. So this is the closest town.
Yeah, it's like not even a thought in my head that I have to go somewhere else.
Can you go somewhere else?
I mean, always. Like, you never.
But you didn't think about it?
No.
And why do you stay?
Because I feel like people need me. Like people are already needing me.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Mm-hmm. So you sacrifice your own well-being for others?
Mm-hmm.
So you continue to sacrifice your own well-being as more and more people become suspect of you, and you see the signs because you get more popular in your herbal remedies for people.
Yeah, and I was trying to help them help themselves by giving them like
the recipes, and by helping people learn to help themselves, it was causing others to think you are a witch.
Trying to treat.
Yes, but instead of leaving and wishing them the very best in their life and moving on to another town or another place where you can be happy.
I felt like I was responsible for them.
And why did you feel that you're responsible for them?
Because they felt I was responsible for them. Like they needed me.
So they relied on you too much? Did they become codependent on you?
I was like, maybe they felt like they couldn't be healed without me helping them.
Okay. Yeah. But what resulted was you were publicly shamed.
Yeah.
What happened after you were publicly shamed?
Well, you had to be there for 3 days.
And then what happened after the third day?
I just went back home.
And then what happened when you went back home?
I was just angry.
You were angry at everybody?
Yeah, just at everyone. Just angry. Nobody stood up for me, but nobody said anything.
So everybody
Nobody spoke up for me at all. They just let it happen. The people that I helped, they didn't say anything. They weren't throwing things at me or anything, but they just did nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I just felt like somebody should have said that she's not, trying to hurt anybody. She's only trying to help people.
Yeah. So these people didn't really have a backbone.
Yeah. And I put myself on the line for them, and they did not.
Yeah. Yeah. So what did you learn from that?
People kind of suck.
People kind of suck. So do you think maybe you should have had some boundaries?
Yeah.
What kind of boundaries could you had with these people?
I probably should have written a recipe book and said, here, this is what I know to help me. Use it at your own discretion, and moved on.
Let them learn from themselves.
Yeah. Like if you're that interested in it, put yourself on the line. Here you go. This is what I know.
Mm-hmm. Learn to create it for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what, as you go and you look at the last day of this life that we are watching, what is happening to you? Move forward beyond this.
Okay, so my house is on fire and I have to leave.
Why is your house on fire?
I don't know if I did it or someone else did it. I think I did it.
What happened?
I think I set everything on fire and left. I just have a little bag of things, and I left everything.
Okay. And what
I'm
happened?
by myself again. I'm just by myself.
So you set the house on fire.
Because I didn't want anybody to find anything else that would make me look like a witch, because I didn't want to get in further trouble.
Okay.
And I was done.
Okay. And what happened before you had set the house on fire? Did something happen that triggered you to set the whole house on fire? And you're done.
Yeah, actually, the old lady told me to.
Why did she say that?
She said that I was going to get in more trouble than I actually was in, and they're planning on it. They're going to come get me.
You're getting more popular?
Yeah.
And they're going to come and get you? And what were they going to do to you? What were they planning?
They're going to kill me.
They're going to kill you this time?
Yeah.
And so you set the house on fire?
Yeah.
And then you left the town?
Yeah, because I had to, because I was afraid for my life.
And where did you go?
I see myself walking across a field.
Okay. And as you walk across the field, describe it.
It's just kind of muddy and dirty with flowers and grass here and there. And it's a long, long field, and then far away off is the woods. And I'm headed towards the woods. But it seems like I keep walking, and the closer I get, the further it becomes. Kind of like a mountain range,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as you move forward, past this town, and you're leaving these people alone to carry on their lives, and figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move forward to the last day of your life in this lifetime that you're watching. The very last day. What is happening? What do you see? You have no physical sensations, so you can talk about it. Do you see yourself?
Yeah, I'm in bed.
You're in bed?
Yeah, and there's...
Do you see anybody else?
Yeah.
Who's around you?
There's they're women, but I see their faces like they're little girls. They're mine.
They're your kids?
Yeah.
They're little girls? And how many little girls do you see?
3.
3?
But they're women, but I see them as little girls.
Okay. But they're adult women?
Yeah.
And they're your daughters?
Yeah.
And they're around your body?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like really, really small and frail.
Okay, really old. So, when you
I don't
find
think I'm that old, actually. I think I just got sick.
you got sick, and what did you get sick from?
Like a fever. Some kind of fever.
Okay. So you're dying of a fever?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it seems like it's been going on for a while, though.
It's been on for a while. Did you ever teach your daughters any of the medicine?
Yeah, I taught all 3 of them.
And what did they do with it?
And they're going to be okay with it because they're not going to be in trouble.
And why are they going to be in trouble?
Because wherever we are,
Where are you? Describe where you are. Describe where you live.
it's like a house in the city.
You have a house in the city?
Yeah.
Describe the city.
The roads are dirt, and the houses are all smashed up together.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost like they could be apartments. They're so close.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like it. I mean, it just is what it is. But it's not like a horrible place. Like it has a good energy there.
Okay. Is there a lot of people?
Yeah.
Okay. So
there's a lot of people and horses in the dirt.
Horses in the dirt.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are you wearing?
I can only see like I got an old quilt on me, but I'm wearing what do you call it? Like a house coat.
Okay.
Like it's got little ruffles.
A shawl?
It's got little ruffles. It's like a nightgown, I guess.
Okay. And your daughters live with you? Or they're visiting this day?
I think one lives with me and 2 are visiting.
Okay. And the other 2, where do they live?
I don't know their names.
Okay. Do you have any grandchildren? Do you sense you have any grandchildren? Is it just your daughters?
Yeah, it's just my daughters, not yet.
Okay. And so you moved on from this town finally and cut your losses, and you built a new life. And you met somebody, and you had 3 daughters.
Yeah.
And
we're happy.
And you're happy, and you taught them what you know, and they're thriving as medicine women.
I don't think it's their first thing that they do. It's something that they know, though.
Something
they help people, but it's not what their life. Like it was mine.
Okay, so it's kind of a side thing that they do.
It's known that they know this stuff, but it's actually common.
It's actually common. Okay, so pharmaceutical is very common in the city.
Yeah, it's not considered
a witchcraft.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's the same, this is much later in time, right?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Okay. And do you ever find out what happened to the old town that you escaped from? Do they still exist? You don't hear anything?
No, I left them behind. They still exist, but I left it far behind. Like it's not, it's like just a memory. It's like a dream memory.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, whatever happened has already happened, and you're on the other side of it. From that position, you can look back at the entire lifetime and see it from a different perspective. Every life has a lesson and a purpose. As you look at this life, what did you learn from it?
I need to stop saying people need me and I need to stop living my life for people.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to live my life for myself.
What did you learn from giving all of yourself and your services and your recipes to all these people that you were helping, and they couldn't learn to do it for themselves? What did you learn from enabling them?
Well, there was whatever I did wasn't going to be enough ever.
Mm-hmm. So they had to reach their bottoms?
Yeah, they had to figure it out for themselves, because doing that for them, they were still weak and they wouldn't even speak up for me, and they couldn't help themselves and they couldn't speak up for me. But the one person that I tried to help told on me.
Mm-hmm. So she ratted on you instead of owning up to it?
Yeah.
So they didn't have integrity.
No.
So the people that you were helping were willing to get the handout,
yeah,
to get the help, but they were not willing to do their help to themselves.
Yeah.
They weren't willing to help heal themselves and learn to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
So they kept on dumping their problems onto you.
Yeah, and the only person there that had any integrity was the old lady.
The lady.
But yeah, there was, it didn't matter. I was sacrificing myself for nothing. It couldn't have been any different.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't saving anyone.
Yeah.
But I was sacrificing myself to save people that couldn't be saved because they couldn't do it for themselves.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't. And
they were happy to let you die.
Yeah. There was nothing. Wouldn't have turned out any other way.
Yeah. They were happy to let you die, and they were fine letting you be punished as the witch. And they were fine taking all the good stuff that you had to offer. But when it came down to having integrity and learning to fend for themselves and take care of themselves, they were happy to turn you in.
Yeah.
So what can you learn from that life that you will not repeat again?
I simply can't. Right. I'm not the freaking hero of this world. I don't need to be. I need to take care of myself. And I need to stop putting myself in the way of others that need me. And I can't look for my worth in helping others anymore.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that one?
Worthless, because that's all I can do. I feel a little bereft. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what to do now. If I can't help people, like, what is my purpose at all?
Well, how could you have helped people? Because in that life, you had the 3 daughters, and you helped them to learn how to do it.
Yeah, actually.
And
all I did was be myself.
Yeah.
I didn't have to. I just showed them. I wasn't sacrificing myself. I was just showing them who I was.
Yeah, and they picked up the pharmaceutical practice, and they do it on the side, and it was completely fine based on the environment and the reality that you were living in later on.
Yeah.
So the only factor is the reality change.
Yeah.
The only factor was the internal, the people that you surrounded yourself with was different.
Yeah.
The consciousness in the city in that time was different than the fear-mongering consciousness of people in the small towns.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. You were doing the same thing. And you were teaching it to 3 other women.
Yeah.
And they were not crucified by the city folk.
No, they weren't even afraid. It wasn't even a thing.
It's a normal thing.
Yeah.
So everybody's normally used to tea, herbal supplements, and other things.
Yeah.
So what did you learn from switching out to a different location?
Well, I need to find where I shouldn't just sit and wait and take care of, I'm not stuck. I need to find my place.
So sometimes it means accepting the people for their life
Yeah,
lessons.
I need to recognize what's happening. And
then,
I need to separate myself from it and see what I need. I am not a part of that. It's not everything that I am. I can be separate from it. And I can move on and find something different.
And you did that.
Yeah.
And it was a wonderful second half of your life.
Yeah. Yeah. It was happy.
It was happy.
Even the fact that I was dying was okay because I taught them that it was okay, that I was just transitioning and it wasn't. Nobody was sad. They were there to support me and love me and knew that I wasn't like gone.
Yeah. So you did that before where you had your first half of your life in your younger years, you, aside from the old lady, you gave your everything to everyone, was trying to be everybody's hero, was trying to save everybody from their bottoms, was trying to help everybody heal from their issues, and trying to be their backbone, be their garbage dump for all their issues. And then you found that it didn't really make any difference because the outcome
was like a waste
same.
of my whole life.
They would have been the same spot.
Yeah, nothing changed.
Yeah. So
all that I did didn't matter.
All you did was kill time.
Yeah.
They needed to hit their bottoms.
Yeah.
So they can learn. But you were forced out of the town. The witch left the town.
Yeah.
She went to the city. and you started over, and it's a completely different lifestyle change. You changed it with completely different people.
Yeah.
You had your daughters, and
Whole
it was
new
a
energy.
whole new energy. And that's all you had to do was leave the town earlier.
Yeah.
Recognize, okay, I've had my lessons here.
Yeah.
It's time to move on
Time to move on.
and create new. Well, that's a lot of lessons. Now, let's leave that scene, and we're going to go back to the life that you saw in this lifetime, where you were a young girl at the beach with your mom and sister, and then you met your dog Brutus, and then you walked through the party at your home and saw your parents fighting.
Yeah.
Now, whatever happened has already happened. And as you look at your childhood in this life, what did you learn from it? What was the purpose of seeing a happy beach day with your parents?
This is weird, but it doesn't make sense. But it was like I was separate from them watching, and that's where I wanted to be.
Okay. So you wanted to be separate from your family?
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you feel about that?
Like it was a necessity that I needed to be separate from them.
And why was it a
More
necessity?
observing.
Why is it a necessity to be separate from them?
Because I didn't want to be a part of whatever was going on. I didn't want to feel responsible.
And what was going on in the family life?
Just sadness.
The sadness?
Just sadness and drama.
Okay.
Like it was just a lot of like drama that was just not necessary, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to get hurt. I didn't want to get hurt in the crossfire of it.
Mm-hmm. So you're just kind of just trying to blend
into the furniture.
Blend in and just kind of glide through your childhood?
Yes.
Without picking up too many trauma?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you look at your childhood, what was the lesson of watching your parents fight all the time about money?
Well, that I'm afraid of money.
Why are you afraid of money?
Because it seems like there's never enough, and you can't be happy without it.
Because that's how your parents saw it?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever witness your parents being happy when you didn't have much money?
Yeah.
So where does that thought come from? If they were happy without money at times, they're also unhappy with money at times. So why are they unhappy?
It was just, that was an excuse.
That was an excuse? So why were they unhappy? What did you learn from that? Because it's not the money.
They were afraid, and they were making choices out of fear.
Uh-huh.
And finding blame, like, rather than changing things.
Okay. So with or without money, your childhood reveal, your parents would still fight.
Yeah, I think so.
And they were using money as the excuse for why they were unhappy.
Yeah.
Even though they had money at times and they didn't have money at times.
Yeah.
But they were still together.
Yeah.
And they just stayed in misery company together.
Yeah.
What can you learn from seeing that?
Well, I mean, it's a personal choice. Like, it's up to you no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't have to be about anything. It could be the weather. It could be the environment. It could be anything. But, I mean, because money was just an excuse.
Money was just an excuse. Okay.
But they didn't know that, though. They really believed it.
They thought it was the money, but it wasn't the money.
No.
Did they just not address or look at their issues to resolve it? They just blamed it on the money?
Weird. My mom was raised to be married to a rich guy. Her family had money. So for her, it really was about the money.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad was doing well.
But they still fought about the money.
It wasn't about the when I was younger. It was about the money. Is that he was always gone.
He's always gone. So it wasn't the money that was making your mom unhappy. It was that he was always gone.
Yeah.
But then they fought about the money.
And when he was home, he was playing with his friends, not him, not her.
Okay. So it's really about their marriage, or lack of affection and tension in their marriage.
Yeah, he still wanted to be young, and she wanted the family and him to be a good father, and he didn't want to. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready to marry her. He wasn't ready to be a dad. He didn't want this, but he did it. It was kind of like a shotgun wedding almost, I think. Mm-hmm. I didn't know this.
You didn't know this?
No.
So they had a shotgun wedding?
Kind of.
And why did they have a shotgun?
Pregnant.
Because she got pregnant early?
Yeah.
And so they rushed into it?
Yeah.
But there was times in which she was successful and made enough money, but yet they were still fighting.
Yeah.
So your parents, the memories of your childhood that came up are because your parents were unhappy in their marriage, but they blamed it on money. Yeah. And now you have issues with money.
Yeah.
And that's not the culprit of the unhappy marriage.
I'm afraid of not having money. And I'm afraid of it when I have it. I'm afraid that it'll go away.
Okay. So does the money represent your personal wellness?
Yeah.
And how you feel about yourself?
Yeah.
So when you have it, you're afraid that you're not going to feel good about yourself, and when you don't have it, you're going to...
It was never mine. I've never had my own money, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I couldn't even have money. Like, even when I was making my own money, like any source of money has to be through someone else.
And I understand that. And is that something that you picked up from your childhood?
That I'm not capable of taking care of myself.
Is that why you saw your images of your parents always fighting? Even when there's people in the house?
Yeah, they were fighting no matter what. They weren't supposed to be together, I don't think.
Okay. So what can
I know they loved each other. They were passionate.
So the fighting about money and security was just an excuse to not look at their marriage issues.
Yeah.
That's really what it was.
Yeah, my mom wanted more attention than she was getting.
Yeah.
And my dad wanted to hang out with his buddies and be young forever.
Yeah. But somehow your impression of an unhappy marriage is because of money.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the case.
No. Okay. Well, I felt like our whole lives fell apart when my dad lost his business and we had to go move in with my Nana. Never, ever got better. Nothing got better. It only got worse.
And so is that where you sealed the thought that
the money
is your problem? You have to have it always soon. Yeah.
There was never enough money after that, ever. Okay. Not for Christmas, we always planned to go to Disneyland as a family, and every time that they would save money, something would invariably happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so it sealed that thought that you can't be happy, you can't be
No, because in school, we put cardboard in our shoes because there were holes in our shoes, and we put cardboard instead of getting new shoes, and kids at school make fun of me. I never had anything new. I never had anything nice. Sometimes I wear my dad's clothes to school. Mm-hmm. And I was always not accepted because of that, because I didn't have what the other kids have. Whenever there was like a school, I hated the days where they had the book fairs and all the kids would order the books, and I never had the money for that. Or when you had to have money to buy food for a field trip, my dad would just give me some quarters, and I have to figure out what to do with it. Mm-hmm. And all the other kids had all this money. There were rich kids in my school, but I was not. And I never had enough, and it always showed. I always felt dirty. And they were so shiny.
And your parents, did they ever try to give you guys clothing
Yes,
from the thrift
for
store?
Christmas one year, we got British lights because they were popular. That's all we wanted, so we could wear shoes that the rich kids had.
Okay.
And they got them for us. And I mean, that's all we had, and that's when we did not have the money for those shoes, but my mom went out and got them for us anyway.
Okay. So your mom tried to compensate.
Yes.
Tried to compensate. And what do you learn? What can you learn from your childhood of not having enough money to take care of yourself, or your parents not making enough to take care of you guys? What can you learn from that? Because the second lifetime, you had a vision of your ex-husband and your son staying at the Four Seasons Hotel.
We weren't happy. We weren't happy. We were sitting there being waited on at the top of freaking Seattle. The beautiful view. And son and I were not happy.
At one of the most expensive hotels.
Well, I used to always say to myself that I'd rather be crying in my soup in a yacht than under a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And I was afraid to ever leave him.
Yeah. And why were you afraid to ever leave him?
Because I didn't want to live under a bridge.
Because you don't live on a bridge? And is that because why are you afraid to take care of yourself?
I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like I can't.
And why can't you take care of yourself?
I don't know. I didn't realize this.
Why are you afraid to take care of yourself? If no one's going to take care of you, who's going to take care of you?
I can take care of everyone.
You've been taking care of everyone.
Why can't
you take care of yourself?
I feel like I'm not smart enough.
But you're smart enough to take care of everybody else.
Yeah.
So why not yourself?
I don't understand this.
Are you still shaming yourself as the witch?
Why am I so ashamed of myself?
What can you learn from your current life with your ex-husband where you...
Well, I know with that, I learned because I've seen Australia, I've been so many beautiful places, and I was always sad because he was calling us names, or it didn't matter how much money he spent, or what places, what fancy restaurants we went to, what fancy people we spent our time with, what parties, what events, all the traveling. They were amazing experiences, but I was never happy because he didn't treat us very well.
So your childhood life review that you were looking at, where you were looking at your parents fighting all the time and saying it's because they had money or they didn't have money, and really it was a scapegoat for not working on their marriage.
Yeah.
And you, in your adult life, ended up in a marriage much the same, where you had lots of money and yet you were still not happy with your marriage, but you're pinning it on losing the money. But it really came down to the marriage problems.
Yeah.
It wasn't the money at all. Because even when you had lots of money, you were unhappy with your life.
Yeah.
And everything. You were unhappy with your circumstances. And you had everything.
I was very sad.
And you were very sad. You were just as sad as you were in your childhood when you were poor.
I was more sad.
You were more sad when you were rich than when you were poor in your childhood.
Yeah.
And that was because you didn't have a satisfying marriage?
I couldn't be loved.
You didn't be loved.
I tried so hard.
Okay. You didn't be loved. And let's go back to that little girl in the first life review who felt like that she wasn't enough because she had that childhood where she was in poverty.
Yeah.
Is that the little girl that's carrying forward into her adult life, where she also doesn't feel like she's good enough to be loved as the rich housewife?
Yeah.
So let's look at that little girl. And what do you want to tell that little girl who thinks that she is not worthy of anything? Speak from your heart. You can tell her right now, she exists right now.
She's a beautiful soul. That money isn't everything. And just because people are saying or judging her, or because she feels dirty or she looks dirty, and she doesn't have new things, That shouldn't be how she looks at herself. That she should just try and shine and that makes me sad.
That little girl still exists right now in the past. And the past and the future and the present, it all exists at the same exact time. And so that little girl is hearing her future self tell her these things. And just to get it across her heart so that she feels it. What do you want to tell her about how she could take care of herself?
You have value. You have value. You have everything that you need in yourself. Nothing from the outside of what you have, what you look like, is who you are. It doesn't make you anything. It doesn't make you a different person, whether you have something or don't have something. And you can have whatever you want. You should step up just as much as those. You deserve every opportunity just as much as those kids. You don't have to hide. You don't have to say, oh no, that's for you, not for me. It's for you. It's all for you. You just have to get it.
And what do you want to tell this little girl right now who still exists in the past? What do you want to tell her about not giving her all and all her service and everything that she has to help other people all the time and not save anything for herself? What do you want to tell her about that?
She doesn't owe anybody anything. It doesn't make her who she is. It's not her worth. All that she can give away is not who she is, and that does not make whether she deserves to exist any differently than anyone else. Just being alive is good enough. Just figuring out what she likes, what she wants, what's exciting to her.
Go ahead and give your past self a huge amount of love. Send her this big burst of love. Send her whatever image to you represents so much love and excitement and joy and abundance. Whatever that vision is, send that to her so that it will cross time and space and she will feel it right now, that 6-year-old little girl. Is she receiving it?
Yeah.
Very good. Now, let's drift away from this life. And we're drifting and floating away from that life, leaving those women there to continue their own journey. She will find peace. She will find what she's supposed to find. We're leaving her there to continue on her own journey. She will find what she's supposed to find. And we're leaving her there to continue on her own path. Now I want all of the consciousness and personality of Kat to once again return to the body and fully integrate into the body. May I speak to Kat's subconscious, please?
Okay.
I have permission to speak to Kat's subconscious. I respect the power of the subconscious because I know the subconscious takes care of Kat's body and does a very good job of it. I also know that the subconscious has the records of everything that has ever happened to Kat in this lifetime and all the other lifetimes that she's ever lived. So I respect the power of the subconscious, and I always ask for permission to speak to it and ask questions. Do I have permission to ask questions?
Yes.
I know the subconscious could have brought forth many different lifetimes for Kat to see today. Although you chose to bring forth her childhood, why did you bring forth her childhood?
Because she carries it with her.
What do you recommend her do with her childhood memories?
They're not her life anymore. She is completely different. It's not, she needs to let them be where they are. Bless them. thank them, and move forward.
Very good advice. And then you also brought forth the second lifetime review where she was reviewing her marriage years with her ex-husband. Why did you bring forth her young adult life?
She needs to know that she needs to know that winning the lottery isn't going to fix her life. She needs to know that money isn't happiness. And she does. And she knows that, and she needs to let it go. And she needs to not be afraid of what's ahead of her, because she's going to be okay. She's going to build a life, and she doesn't need money. She doesn't need to be afraid of money. She doesn't need to focus on that. She needs to focus on building up herself, her inside, because that's going to create. Money is just energy.
Very good advice. Money is just energy. Change the energy about it.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And then the very last life review that you brought for her to see was the lifetime where she was shamed and was driven out of her town because they were afraid that she was a witch for creating herbal supplements to help women. However, she did end up moving on finally to another city and had 3 children and taught them the trade, and they didn't have the same public response that she had in a small town. Why did you bring forth the witch lifetime?
She needs to know that her sacrificing herself, her self-sacrifice isn't going to save everyone. It's just a waste. She needs to know that she isn't stuck anywhere, and she can move on, and that if something doesn't feel right, that she doesn't owe anything to anyone, and she can move on, and that she can make. There are better places. She's not stuck, and she doesn't owe anyone her life or her self respect.
That's very good. That is something that she's working on because she gets guilted by her family to stay behind and take care of them and do everything for them. And while they do that, they don't treat her very well as the caregiver. So it's good for her to hear that from you. Also, can you do a body scan of her? And as you do a body scan, can you heal her body of the pains that she has?
She feels better already.
She feels better already? What are you doing to her?
I'm just filling her with love of her from me, from her inside.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to separate herself from these feelings that are holding her back.
And where does she get these feelings that hold her back? Where do they come from?
She is coming up with reasons to make herself worthy that have nothing to do with her worth.
Okay. And are these reasons a reflection of other people's projections of her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she was taught that she had to be the fixer. That people would not be happy, her family would not be happy, and that she put herself in the middle of it and fixed it and made everybody happy. Yeah. She worked very hard to make everyone else happy.
And did it make them happy?
For a time. But it didn't change them.
So they never learned.
It was just a moment.
Okay. So it's just, she basically became the Band-Aid, but she never really solved them.
No, nobody's changed.
Nobody's changed. Nobody actually healed the problems that caused the wound.
No.
And so when she finally had enough of soaking up all of the blood and the dirt and debris, she had to take that Band-Aid off, and they were mad at her for it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They think that she's damaged.
You're just damaged. And what do you want to tell her about that?
Well, she is a little damaged. I mean, she had a lot of accidents, but she's fully capable of healing.
Okay.
And it's time.
Time will help heal her wounds.
Yes.
Okay. Well, as you continue to send her lots of love to heal the pains in her body and in her psyche, she has a couple questions for you. Will you answer some questions for her?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. The first question she has, one is about her son. Now, her son says that he used to be her father. But her father has passed away, and her father had some abusive, violent episodes in her childhood. What do you want to say? Did her son come back? Did her father come back as her son to try to repair what he did in their last relationship? Is that why he reincarnated as her son?
No, I don't think so. I think that I don't know, this doesn't sound right, but this is not has nothing to do with my father now.
Okay.
We're soul family.
You're so family?
And we help each other, and we've supported each other throughout many lifetimes.
Okay. So you guys are kindred spirits?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's what she wants to know. And then she also wants to know how she can help herself and her son not carry on poor behavior that doesn't serve them.
She needs to stop worrying about stuff like that and start taking care of herself. And in her taking care of herself, she'll show him. He'll only be proud of her and love her, whatever she chooses to do. She shouldn't worry about that.
Okay, very good. And then the other thing also is, because she knows that he shows her a lot of unconditional love, but one of the things that she is struggling with is leaving her family, who they seem a little toxic, and they say a lot of negative things.
That's stopping. They're separating. Their energy isn't working. It's not gonna be a big I've left you. They're gonna go their own ways. It's gonna be okay.
Okay.
It's an energy thing.
Okay. So they're no longer going to be attracted to her energy.
Yeah.
Okay. And why is that?
I think that they're just gonna get busy with their own lives. They're no longer gonna try to pull her in. They don't see her as capable anymore, anyways.
Okay. So
she's not married to the guy. She doesn't have money.
Yeah.
There's not a lot she can offer them. She's more needy than and that's a good thing right now. This is good. This is a good thing.
It's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, all of this is happening on purpose.
All right. So she did plan this. This is how she's going to separate.
Yeah.
So just kind of like the lifetime where she was the witch, there was a point that she was forced out of that previous existence that was not serving her.
She wasn't going to go ever. She was taking abuse of her in-laws, taking abuse from her husband, taking abuse from anybody. She was accepting worse and worse abuse as it went on. This wasn't going to happen unless it was forced.
Okay. So now it's forced, and now she gets the opportunity to start over.
This is an opportunity.
This is an opportunity. Okay. What do you want to tell her about the opportunity to move forward?
She needs to love herself. She needs to stop questioning so many things. She needs to stop filling her head with so many different things. It's a big world. It's a big universe. Questions will be answered as she goes along. That doesn't all have to happen at once. She needs to be more patient. 5 years, yes, it happened. 5 years is nothing in the universe of time. This is her journey. She's living it now. Every day she's living it. She's not doing anything.
So there's no wasted time.
No, this is her biggest fear, that she's just wasted. And no, she's constantly becoming. And this all happens for a reason.
It's all for a reason. Very good, very good. And she has listed quite a bit of issues in her body that you, from doing the body scan, you're sending love to. Can you send love, a lot of love and healing for these issues that she keeps putting up, which is her psoriasis, her hirsute, her hair loss, her depression and suicidal tendencies or thoughts of suicide, her panic and anxiety, her foot and ankle issues, and unresolved trauma from her mother committing suicide. Can you send her a lot of love and healing for all those issues?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And she also wants to know, what is her purpose? Has she decided what her purpose is going to be? She's starting fresh.
Yes. She knows.
She knows?
She knows she is a caretaker, and she can be a caretaker, and it can fulfill her soul, and she can make good money from it.
And how can she make good money? Can you give her some ideas for how she can make good money as a wonderful caretaker?
She needs to be discerning with her clients.
Discerning.
And she needs to have her own business. She can't work for others. She needs to make it her own business. Maybe not right away. It needs experience. But she needs to be her own. She needs to be her own boss. That's just how it is for her. She needs to make her own choices about her time and her people who she works for eventually.
Mm-hmm. So she will eventually get. And
she shouldn't be focused on this. This is not her life. It is her support, and it is going to fulfill her soul. But she has so many things to figure out and learn about herself and what she likes and what she doesn't like. She needs to explore a little more. Like you previously mentioned that she needs to go hiking. Well, yeah, she needs to do a lot of things. She has been focused solely on other people for always, and she has a lot of things to do to learn that she loves. What does she like? What does she want to do? Like, it's not just about surviving.
Right. Very good. Yeah, she has not really had time to really focus on getting
this way and see what's this about.
Explore.
Yeah.
Explore.
Yes.
Well, speaking of exploration, she did say that she got into conspiracy theories, and it consumes a lot of her psyche and worries her and kind of brings her down and makes her depressed about society. What do you want to tell her about her consuming of these negative conspiracies?
Everything she does, everything she tastes, everything she listens to, everything she watches, all of it is energy. And she is in charge of what energy she brings into her life. Her diet is everything that comes into her life. And she gets to choose. Right now, especially, where she's not working, she's with her son. She is in a cocoon of her own making. Everything that she brings to her life and to her energy is her choice. And it's her energy that is creating her life. And she has got to make these choices, and she's got to be aware of what these choices are doing. And she is a joyful, happy person. And she knows what makes her joyful. And she knows what makes her sad. And she needs to choose joy.
Yeah. It's a very good lesson. She needs to remember that she's an energy being, and everything that she puts into her presence is feeding her energy.
Yes, she's been meditating and trying to find this or that, and she's trying to find all these ways to raise her energy, but she's bringing, in her explorations of this, she's falling into these
conspiracies.
Yes, she's falling into them.
Because are they like junk food for the...
Yes. Yeah, this is not going to serve her, whether it's true, whether it isn't true. What you focus on is what is true.
Right.
If you focus on it, it's created. Where your focus goes is your life.
Right. So all the attention and time that she has listening out of entertainment to these conspiracy theories and these dire outcomes are junk food for her soul.
I would tell her, go back to reading a trashy novel. I mean, at least it brings her, if she's going to escape into something, let it be a fiction without is this something that can happen? Is this something I am responsible for? If she's going to be consuming crap, let it be real crap. Let it be something she doesn't question, that she doesn't feel a responsibility for. It's okay. It's okay if she needs to read a novel for a little while that's okay. Don't be ashamed of that. Why she's ashamed of that over this, I don't know.
Yeah.
Silly.
Very good. Very good advice. I think everybody needs to hear this because people are consuming so much junk food into their consciousness.
Yes, and
then they wonder why they're anxiety and stress all the time.
Yes, mm-hmm. And it's in their minds. They're bringing it to them. Just live your life. We're on earth to experience sight, smell, touch, hearing. That is why we're here. We're here to experience these senses. We don't get these senses everywhere. This is what we're here to love it. We're here to enjoy it. Why would we consistently bring a diet of things that don't feel good? You have these, every moment that you can touch, taste, see, find the joy in that. Find the blessing in that. That is why you're here. You're not here to fix anything. Create your life in what you find your joy in. You have no responsibilities other than that. That is your purpose. You're not here to fix the world. Why? Why is this being thought out? I don't understand. You're here to experience, and it is love. You're experiencing love through all your senses. You don't get these senses in every life.
It's true. She actually, well said, Source. She actually had a question about the Arcturian Council, and the Arcturians don't get the opportunity to eat and feel and have like a physical body like Earth.
I'm tinkling just thinking about that.
Okay.
They wish for it. They look at us with such joy. They're so happy. They don't envy it. They're happy for us. They get to be us. They're not simply them. They go through and live their lives, and that is why people choose this life where humanity. You surround yourself with your dramas and your issues, and there's so much pain, and you're suffering, but you're creating it. And it's when you're watching it and you're seeing it and you're feeling, there's so much joy that you could be choosing.
Instead.
It's such another way to live. You don't have to live this suffering. It's not necessary. It's part of humanity because you don't remember. You don't remember why you're here. You're here because you want to experience the joy, not to change the world, not to bring it to 5D. That stuff happens. It's evolving. Mountains rise and they will fall.
Mm-hmm. Very, very good.
You don't do anything to the mountains. You experience them and see them. Oh, they're so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're doing. That's all you need. There's nothing more than that. In any circumstance, you can find joy of your senses and love, because that's what it's all about. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor.
Yeah, very good. Very well said. So the Arcturians actually there are Arcturians that incarnate.
Yes.
And they're just incarnating for the physical experience, and
Yes.
they're loving it.
For the joy of it. The pure joy of it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not here to raise the vibrations. It's important.
It will happen naturally.
It's important, but it will happen.
Mm-hmm.
It will happen as people realize, to be honest, as more Arcturians and people like them incarnate together that's what's going to happen, because they're bringing in the energies. There's some things that just can't be changed. It'll just be recycled out,
Mm-hmm.
and new will be brought in. But the good energies are coming in. And it's different now. I don't know. It's different now than it was. But they're coming in and they're remembering joy. It's not the same as it was many years ago. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're remembering their joy. They're here for joy and love, and that's their focus. They're not looking for trouble. They're not looking to suffer. They're not looking to save anything. They know that it's just time. It goes on, and it all happens. It just happens. There's no forcing it. There's no making it into some kind of science.
Mm-hmm.
It just is. It's life.
Mm-hmm.
It's a circle.
Right. There'll be people incarnating into the earth realm from all over the place, trying to experience a piece of the pie.
Of the joy.
Of the joy.
The love.
Mm-hmm. And they're just going to be who they are, which is joyous and loving.
Yes.
Okay.
Especially when they let go was unnecessary suffering. Like Katie.
Like Katie.
Looking for answers, looking in all of these places, finding other people's crap and making it into something she needs to understand. Let the crap go by. Read a trashy novel.
Read a trashy novel.
It's fine.
Do that instead of the conspiracy.
Exactly.
Very good advice, very good advice. Yeah, the junk food. People really love the junk food.
Yes, if you're going to pick junk food, make it actual junk and not something you attach yourself to. You don't need to attach yourself.
Right.
It's unnecessary. Anything negative that you feel yourself attaching to, stop. Nope. Turn around. Find some other crap.
Yeah.
That brings you joy.
Yeah. It doesn't serve you. I like that. Good advice. She wants to know if she has any kind of Palladian or starseed. Or does she have any previous lifetimes where she was?
She has all of those. I think that we've all experienced so many different lifetimes, and it's a choice, really. It's a choice, really. It's not like the forced thing. Like your soul is ever evolving, and every new experience is evolving who you are. And so to say, oh, I am this, or oh, I am that, you were.
And then what?
But you cannot claim, you cannot look there and say, this is who I am, so I'm going to study this and become this, and oh, that's why I'm this, and oh, because you are everything.
You're everything. Yeah. You're everything that you focus on.
And you are everything. Like you say, it's all connected. So you can't just say, you can't pick out things and say, oh, this is why I'm that, and then focus on that. Expand. That shrinks you. It shrinks you, and you don't shrink, you expand. So don't go picking out who you are and why, where you came from this, because it's all you. You came from all of it. It's all part of who you are. You're expanding. Don't shrink. Don't shrink yourself.
Very good, very good. You're always expanding. She wanted to know how she can, I think you answered this, how she can create and move more free and joyful with her son.
Yes, let it go.
Let it go.
Just be, you are here to play in this world together. Of course you are. And to be joyful together, support each other, and look in the fun things, and like you have been all along.
Okay.
You've let it go. You supported each other through the rough stuff, but you focused on the joy. That's why.
Okay. Sometimes she feels stuck and lost, and she really wants to have a connection to Source and to her guides and ancestors. So how can she have more of a clear connection to the spirit realm to help her out?
By letting go of the crap. Her mind is so full of the crap. She's trying to find a reason, a way. Who is she? What's she doing? Stop and be. She's pure love. We are all pure love. It's through experiences. She's stopping herself from the experiences. She's afraid. And she needs to stop, and she needs to experience. And what she needs to know is whatever experience there is, she brings herself to. Doesn't have to be scary, because she brings her loving self to that experience. It could be a fearful experience, a trepidation, yes. But whatever experience it is, she's bringing herself to that experience. Therefore, it can become what she wants.
Very good. Yeah, because she was wondering if she is meditating wrong and how she can raise her frequency.
She doesn't even need to do that. Like, really. I mean, she needs to just be. It's like it doesn't need to be a chore. It doesn't need to be something that must be done to create. Everyone, you know what? Relax. Listen to the birds. Listen to music. Read your book. That is also acceptable. Breathe. Take a bath. Let yourself be. Stop punishing yourself. Stop thinking you need to be anything other or doing anything other. Just explore. Just be. Just live. Follow that. Follow your curiosity.
Live in the present moment and nothing else.
Yes.
Very good, very good. Yeah, so she says, how can I overcome this extreme soulful exhaustion? That's how she sees her life. And gain pure source energy to become a beautiful creator. What can you address her seeing herself as little?
Yes, she needs to just let that go. This is the past. This is crap she's hung on to. This is attachments. This is nothing more than things she's dragged with her, holding on tight.
Mm-hmm.
Just fight. Who am I? Who am I? This is who I am. No, you're only whoever you are in this moment. Just let it go. Let it go. Be.
She also wants to know if she will find a soulmate relationship or ever marry again, but in a happier relationship.
She's not meant to be alone. She is a beautiful, loving soul.
Okay.
She is a beautiful, loving soul, and there are so many souls that are beautiful and loving that they find each other. They will find each other. She needs to not think about it. It's gonna happen. She doesn't need to look for it. She doesn't need to put her name on a website or any of that stuff that people are doing. It's meant to be. It's meant to be. It's energy.
They'll find each other.
Yes.
When the time is ready.
Yes.
And can you? She's afraid of attracting the same type of man. Can you tell her when she is ready what type of man she would be attracting?
She's gonna find one just as loving and full of life and wanting joy as she is.
Mm.
And it's gonna be beautiful. She's gonna find someone who is also let go, that wants to live in the moment just the same.
Mm-hmm.
And she just needs to let go. She doesn't need to look at herself and judge every little piece of her. She doesn't need to worry. Whoever is gonna love her, it's gonna be a soul love. She's beyond all that. What looks good? What's the outside facade? She's not going to attract someone who's wanting her to be something to make them look good.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to find someone who is beautiful in their soul, and it's going to be their energy that matches up.
That's beautiful. She was wondering because she does a little bit of cannabis with her pain. And she does enjoy it, and it helps her over the pain, but she feels a little guilty about using cannabis.
She feels guilty about too many things.
Okay.
Like I said, we're here to experience life, and if it makes you feel better, good. But if it makes you feel bad, if you're feeling too much, then stop. But if it feels good, then go ahead. It's natural. It's not. We make so many rules and so many opinions that create society. And it's fine. If you feel good about it, it's fine. It's not going to hurt you. Right. But if you feel bad about it, if there's something about it that makes you feel not right, follow that. It doesn't have to be wrong or right.
Right. We make the perception of wrong or right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
In most everything. Mm. All these little opinions, politics.
Everything. Yeah.
Yes.
It's way too much. You know, one of the things that Katie is, she actually asked if she should call herself Kate or Katie, but I'll tell her that you called her Katie. So there's her answer. She can choose Katie if she wants to. But one of the things that she was really curious about picking up as a skill is the ability to channel. And channeling you through her is
natural.
It's very natural. So what recommendations do you have for her so that she can always tune into source energy and just channel the higher energy and the higher message in any of the questions that she has as she goes through her life?
Breath. It's so important. And she needs to let go of all the junk.
Let go of the junk.
Just let go of the junk. It's not necessary. I think that she will. I think that I know she will be all right. It's the junk. She needs to focus on letting go of the junk and fulfilling herself with what feels right. And not being afraid, because whatever happens, she's bringing all of us together. Whatever experience is happening, it's not all dependent upon what comes. She creates it by what her perception is and how she chooses to behave towards it. So she is creating these experiences. So she brings herself to them. So it's not that fearful. Whatever it is, mm-hmm. She has a problem with her landowners.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very troublesome. And every time the phone rings and she panics, she feels sick, she makes the worst of it. She just puts herself through. And it's not that big a deal. Just give it love and just walk through it step by step. It's okay. In every experience. Just take 1 step, 2 step. Respond with your heart.
Very good advice. Okay, so we're going to do one quick thing is we're going to bring 3 different beings forward that she wants to talk to very quickly. So before we close out, if we could bring them forward. So the first person, and Source, thank you for your valuable input. So please continue to send her love and healing for her body.
Yes.
And if you could recede, and please bring forth Katie's ego.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you, Katie's ego? How is it going?
I think so.
Yeah? What is it like being Katie's ego?
I'm in charge.
You're in charge?
Absolutely. I'm absolutely in charge.
And how is it working out for you?
We cannot do this on our own.
Oh, really? Why can't you do it on your own? You're in charge.
I am in charge and I can't do this. This
boat is too big by itself?
Yes, it is. I cannot steer this. This is why we're stuck in this muck.
And you don't like it?
No.
Because you're not getting the love you want.
I'm not here to create suffering. I'm here for protection. I'm protecting from everything. I have created this cocoon because I can't do it all.
Mm-hmm.
I've had to do this. I've had to create this small stuck cocoon because I couldn't do it all.
Is her psoriasis, is that you coming out?
I think every malady, I want to protect her from it. I do. I don't want to be the bad guy, but I am.
Okay. And how are you the bad guy? How do you become the bad guy in her body? What do you do that's so bad?
I believe the issue is all the thoughts, the fear.
Mm-hmm.
The fear was supposed to be protective, but it's become its own being, almost.
Okay.
Which that makes me the bad guy, because I created the fear.
You've been doing it by yourself.
Yes, and everything is protecting a being in this life.
Yeah. Oh well, Ego. Do you see that bright light? That really beaming bright light. It's loving.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
You see it all the time, right?
All the time.
That bright light is Source, and everything that's ever been created, ever in existence, came from that bright light. It exists within the consciousness of Source. That includes you. That includes Katie. That includes everything. And if you ever feel overwhelmed, or you need a vacation, or even if there's nothing going on and there's no need to take a vacation, just because you feel like it, you can always go to that light. It will always accept you. And it's like a light vacation.
Yes.
Okay? So
I'm upside down in this.
Yeah. So that's okay. Upside down, sideways, right side. Just go into the light and cocoon in the light and just have a vacation. You don't need to do this all by yourself. You don't need to carry this all by yourself. You can check out anytime.
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting. You can check out anytime and just go and take a light vacation in Source. How do you feel about that?
Fabulous.
Do it very often.
Yes.
Okay? Now, if you do decide that, okay, I want to come back into Katie's life and be her ego after your vacations, then you're going to take lots of vacations.
Yes.
I want you to work with her higher self. This consciousness is in there with you too.
I am fear.
Yeah. So remember that source of light, everything that's created, including you, came from that source of light. It exists within the consciousness of the source. That piece of light is in you too. It's always with you. So you're never alone. You're not doing this by yourself. But it's not a bully. It's not going to bully you around. So
yeah,
you can work with it.
Yeah.
So ask for help from your higher self.
Yes.
and work with it.
Yes.
Now, what the higher self is going to need you to do is not feed fear and negativity and bring up old issues, bring up old traumas, bring up old memories that are debilitating. Those aren't going to help you out.
Yes.
So
that's what I do.
Yeah, let that go.
It's exhausting. It never ends.
Let that go to the light. Just throw it in the light like Superman. Just wrap all of that up and throw it into the light like Superman. Unnecessary. Just throw it on the light, and now you're completely empty of emotions and bad memories and negative talk. You're completely empty. You throw it into the light, and Source took it and clean it up.
Yes.
Now you can fill that as her ego with whatever you want. So let's fill it up with people that love you, people that want to be around you, positive experiences that make you feel like you're in the spa all the time. The feeling of being shiny and beautiful all the time. You don't have any junk emotions hanging on you, ego. You're completely free of that. You threw all that negative stuff away, and now you're filling it with sunshine and love and radiance and adoration and kindness. These are your new outfits that you're wearing moving forward. And these are the emotions and the feelings that you will continue to feed yourself and to Katie moving forward, because you deserve more than what you've been getting.
Yes.
You deserve much better friendships, much better experiences,
love.
much love.
We love. We give love. We deserve love.
We deserve love. Okay? So let's move forward, and let's, from now on, you are completely empty of any negative thoughts, emotions, any negative memories that bring you down. You've let that go to the light, and now you're filling it up with positive, loving experiences. Okay?
Yes.
Because ego, that's what you are. You are from the light, and you are built out of love, and you always are loved.
Yes.
Okay? And you deserve nothing less than that.
It feels good.
It feels good. Because that's what you are. And you've forgotten it because of all these human dramas that
Yes.
are so childish.
Yes.
Okay? It's bigger than that. The light is bigger than that. And you are bigger than all of that. So let's move forward and work with her higher self. How do you feel about that?
Very good.
Very good. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to give Katie a big, big hug and tell her how you're going to move forward with her with more love in her life.
Yes. Working.
Okay, very good. Well, ego, it's fun talking to you. Go ahead and recede, and the next person we're going to bring forward is Loretta, Katie's mom. Loretta, is that you? Just breathe, it's okay. Your daughter really loves you and she misses you, and she's saddened that you committed suicide, but she would like to know, how are you doing?
I was always angry. But I'm better. But I'm still learning. I'm still learning.
Are you getting healing on the other side?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I'm not ready.
You're not ready to do what?
No.
She wants to ask you, will you please forgive her for separating herself and Robert Michael from you while you were going through your dark times and not being there for you?
Yes. Nothing to forgive.
Nothing to forgive. And she says that she's sorry.
No, not sorry.
Not sorry.
Nothing to forgive.
Nothing to forgive. What do you want to tell your daughter as she moves forward in building her life from here on out? Are you proud of her?
Katie, I love you. I spent my life dependent on you, and it was wrong. I love you. I'm so proud of you. You're going to be okay. You are my strongest daughter.
I think she really heard that and felt that. Loretta, can you give her a big, big hug and a big shot of love?
Oh, yes.
And she's going to take that with her
Yes.
for the rest of her life. No regrets. Well, Loretta, enjoy healing and the spirit world.
Thank you.
And thank you for gracing us with your presence. You can go ahead and go back.
Thank you.
And we would like to bring forward one more person. Can we bring forward Grandpa Frank? Are you there, Grandpa? How is it on the other side, Grandpa?
Everything's just rosy.
Why is it so rosy?
I'm golfing.
Are you having a hole in one?
Always.
Every time, huh?
Everything.
Everybody's winning on the other side.
It's a beautiful day. Everything's rosy.
It's wonderful. Who are you playing with on the other side?
Jack.
What is Jack doing?
Losing.
In heaven, Jack's losing and you're winning.
He thinks he's winning.
Oh, does he?
He's winning, I'm winning. I'm winning because he's losing. He's winning because I'm losing.
Well, everybody wins and loses in the other side.
It's a matter of opinion.
Is it? That's funny. That's funny. Well, you're having a great time over there.
Yes.
Can you tell her a little bit of what's going on the other side? What's it like? What do you do all day over there?
I'm golfing.
You're golfing?
I'm enjoying these moments. This is what I do.
That's great.
I've not moved on.
Yeah.
I can move on from golfing. I'm still here enjoying my golfing, you know. I haven't chosen to move on from that. This is my choice. My choice to be here now. This is what I'm enjoying. It's my choice. Everyone has that choice.
Well, that sounds great. Well, she just wanted to know how you're doing. She loves you. Your granddaughter.
Love her too. Love her too.
Now, she is going through some changes in her life and would love some advice from Grandpa. So can you give her any advice for how she can move on and build a beautiful life that you're going to be embracing her on the other side?
Every step forward is a step forward. Just move. Don't stop. Just move. It could be just take a step.
Wonderful. Well, can you give her a big shot of love and a big hug for her?
Absolutely. Positively.
And then before we close out and you receive, can you tell her how you feel about her?
She's a fine, fine girl. We love her. We're grateful to her. All of us.
That's wonderful. Well, Grandpa Frank...
I wanna thank her for feeling emotion, her empathy. I want to thank her for all she did. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, Grandpa Frank, thank you for coming forward. You can go ahead and receive. And we're going to bring Source back Now I'm going to ask the subconscious to. How do you feel? Oh, hold on.
Good.
Okay, and how long do you think you were under?
I don't know. An hour?
You said it was an
I
hour?
don't know.
Well, okay, so it felt like an hour, but
It could have been an hour, 45 minutes.
it was this long. It was over 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.